Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team from the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. Zappe going right to the air here. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Zappe back to throw. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, Zappe. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the NFC for their initial drive. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Zappe, his throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start the drive with Lynch. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go up the middle with Lynch. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Zappi looks to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Another throw coming for Zappi. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Gay knocks this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott to throw it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mike Singletary, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
How about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Prescott's throw complete there to Smith. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Prescott. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by LT, the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Zappi. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big aggressive 3, and it brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive back.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. If you...
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Touchdown! Dak Prescott showing off the speed and elusiveness on the touchdown run. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They look. And
he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. They looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Zappi on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's
back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And now out come the Steelers.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Zappi looking to throw it on 1st down.
He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Lynch. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So a big one coming down for Brett Maher. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Maher is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beep is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Fitzpatrick set to lead this offense. Down 10-9, under a minute 20 to go. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Fitzpatrick.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now it's the Steelers' turn. Trailing in this one now. A little under 50 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Fitzpatrick to throw.
Over the middle, it's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now Fitzpatrick. That's complete into the hands of Myers.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
That's caught by Myers.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. On first down, it's done. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down.